Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is December 18th, 2020, and this is episode 159. Today we're going to take a look at Big Girls, number 5, by Jason Howard, who wrote and drew this. And it's an Image Comics at $3.99. Take a quick look at the cover here. And we don't see its exact pose within the book. However, there are a lot of very exaggerated action shots throughout when they're fighting these, what they call the Jacks, which are giant male characters that have grown up to become these hideous monsters. So part of the whole underlying story has kind of it's obviously a sci-fi feel to it. Is there's this machine that some kind of scientific experiment went very, very wrong, and so certain males get very, very large, and some females get very, very large, but they do not turn into these hideous monsters. And then when these, what they call jacks, come into town, they want to eat humans to feed on. So there's a lot going on. They eat meat. They're basically meat eaters. And they have the big girls. There's just 3 of them out there to keep them from coming into what they call the preserve, which is where the elite live. Like I mentioned before, Jason Howard has written this. This is a recommend. This has been an ongoing recommend. This issue to me was a little bit uneven, but it finished strong, and that's important. I would recommend reading the other ones as well. It gives you a little bit more background on this, but in this particular issue, there is a mass attack. The red dots, as you can see up on this map here, are the jacks moving in, and there's just 3 of the big girls there to defend the preserve, which I'm assuming is inside this targeted circle here. So we get right into the action. One of the things that has bothered me about this is a woman, and man, she is big. I mean, she's built like a linebacker, and this is also a woman here, and she's kind of normal size human. I mean, she looks like she's 6'4", so she looks like an NFL wide receiver, basically, and she is the villain in this. Her name's Joanna, and she was formerly married to the leader, High Marshal Tannic, who kind of runs the defenses for the preserve. They were married. They had a son that grew hideous. She wanted to protect him. He wanted to kill him, and he sacrificed his son in order to save what is left of the city. So we have Devin, and Ember's the main character here. We've been following her all along. She's more sympathetic towards the Jacks, as we see in this issue. But they're under a fire right off the bat as Joanna, she's also known as Gulliver, is leading the charge here. She's got control of all these jacks. And in they come, and we see Ember flying around shooting. They're all kind of attacking. It's way too many for them to handle. And as Joanna's sitting up here, it's like, well, why don't they go after her? Well, they finally figure that out, and they do. Devin goes after her and knocks her off her perch, as you can see here. But this other woman named Apex, she's the first one, I believe, and she's trained the other 2 how to fight. As you can see, she's not very feminine looking. Besides, we actually see a little bit of a bust line there, but overall, she's not. Here, you can take a look at there. It could be passed for a male getting punched there. And Joanna, too, she's been feminized very little. You can see a picture of her here. She's a little busty too, but she's also very muscular. I want to say she's like 6'4" or so. So it gets to a point where Ember is able to slow the big girls down because there's one particular Jack that she has saved in the past, and she actually communicated with him. So she goes to communicate with him again. I guess she recognizes him. He's a little bit different. See, they all got different spots in different areas. and she's able to turn them around and go back. In the meantime, in the Bohemic chamber, one of Joanna's agents has gotten in there. He's hooked himself up to it, and he's going to do something. And High Marshal Tannic has come in, and just as he's turned on the machine, and here we see it, Ember again, having them negotiating with the Jacks and having them turn away, and they actually do turn away. So meantime, back in the Hemic chamber, High Marshal's shooting at this guy, but it's too late, and I don't want to give you away the surprise on this, but overall, very good. And just some other things. What was interesting, they have some issues of, or I should say, some pages of early art, and you can see the Apex is much more feminine looking. So I'm not sure why I went away from this. I actually like the drawings in this a lot better. It's more realistic, not less sketchy, and the action looks good still too as well. But he went to a different drawing style, so I guess these were like sample pages in issue 1, early version. So that was interesting that they put that in there. And then issue 5, we get the cover process is something they do. This, the pencils to the inks to the coloring, and I guess these were like early tests for him just to see what they would look like once he got it done. And get a couple different samples there. So overall, pretty good. Men are monsters. Of course, we got to get that message in here because we are monsters. We just wreck everything, apparently. Only girls can stop them. Big girls. So Jason Howard got his little political statement in there, but I'm still recommending this. I think it's a good story, even without the being politicized. But yeah, I've been enjoying it, and it is a recommend, and I hope you get a chance to take a look at it too. At this point, it might be better to wait for the trade. Obviously, we're in issue 5, and I believe there might be some kind of conclusion in issue 6. I don't know if this is going to keep going or not, but it's been pretty well received, not just by the shill media, but the more critical types as well. So if you're interested in it, get it. It's a good sci-fi read. So thanks for stopping by the Temple of Tomes. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, and I'll be back with more reviews. I'll have another one tomorrow probably, and we'll see you later on the Temple of Tomes. As always, this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.